So I poured myself a glass of wine because this is probably going to be one of those conversations where you want one. I've never really talked about a lot of personal stuff before on this channel. There's always been kind of a professional barrier that I like to keep up. But I do think it's really interesting for me personally to see some of the behind the scenes stuff from other YouTubers. I know that when they post it, I really like it. I really find it useful. So we're gonna have like a frank money talk, because why not? I want to set some financial goals for myself for 2018. I am in a really good spot, generally speaking, financially. I have a stable job, I own my own home, I don't have a car payment. My biggest expenses tend to be, you know, taking care of myself and my cats. Pretty simple. Especially since I have 2 roommates who really, that contributes a lot towards my mortgage. I'm in a good spot. But I do wind up with some debt at the end of this year. It's mostly stuff that was rollover from a couple years ago that I've kept, you know, under control but not really eradicated. So I wind up with about 5 grand in debt, which is not much. There are people who are significantly worse off than I am. But I'd really like for my financial goal for 2018 to be to pay that off and to save at least another like 5 to 6K for just like panic expenses, right? For when something hits the fan, I don't have to worry for a little while. And so I figure this year what I'll start doing is documenting how I save money. My first thought was to do a no spend challenge, which I saw on Fairly Local Vegan and I loved. Her and her family spend like nothing on anything that is not absolutely necessary, and it takes a lot of willpower to do that. It's so impressive to me when people can really knuckle down. So keeping in mind that it's kind of not necessary to do that and maybe not practical for me, at least not with where I am right now, I'm gonna go ahead and start off the year by doing a couple of things. First, I'm gonna go through and I'm going to inventory how much I'm spending on entertainment, how much I am spending on food, how much I'm spending on all of my bills, so that I have a really good idea of what I'm spending where, and I have a good idea for what I'm going to cut back on. So tonight is the 25th, tomorrow is the 26th, and I happen to have that day off. So after I go, I have to get some cavities filled. But after I go and do that, I'm gonna go ahead and go to Costco really quick. One of my biggest expenses is that my boyfriend loves movies. He loves movies the way I love books. So we wind up going to the movies a lot. And Costco right now has a deal on Movie Pass. So I've talked about getting it on and off with some of my friends who have it and really love it. And I think it's just gotten to the point where like it is financially the right move, especially because the version at Costco is like half off. So it winds up being like $10 a month for as many movies as you want to go see at the theater. And we go at least every other week, if not once a week, or sometimes multiple times a week, which just adds up. It hasn't been so bad except for the last month or two, when we've kind of hit this big spurt of movies coming out. And I think it's May for upcoming, looks really stacked at the theater. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I will be talking a little bit more on my reading goals for 2018 video, but I'm going to try my hardest to not purchase any new books. This means I am reading what's on my shelf, I'm reading what I can get from the library, and I'm reading what I can get from NetGalley or publishers. Especially in the last couple months, I've really been in touch with quite a few publishers, and so I'm hoping that it is a little bit easier to get some of the more obscure books that I would love to read and review for you guys without having to purchase them first. There are some exceptions to this. There are kind of like 5 main titles that I know that if I can't get a hold of them, I will be purchasing. Mostly that is Children of Blood and Bone, The Bells, I'm really interested in getting a hold of. There is the new Ian McDonald, which I'm expecting. It's Luna Moon Rising, and I'm expecting to get a copy of that, but if for some reason I don't, I will be purchasing it. There is the new Hanu Ryan Yemi book, which is Summerland, and if I don't get a copy of that, I am also planning on purchasing it. And I'm just kind of leaving a 5th spot open, so that I'm already kind of accounting for that. This is the kind of project that I don't anticipate being really easy. In fact, I anticipate that my will occasionally break, and that I'm going to mess up, and that it's going to kind of sometimes suck at times. But I figured it would be a fun journey, and that I'd invite you with me and see if maybe I can give you some tips for saving money, if you can give me some tips for saving money, and we'll make 2018 a better, more financially stable year. I've already canceled all of my subscription boxes, and like my Audible subscription, and my basically everything but Amazon Prime and Netflix I have canceled. So nothing is coming to me automatically anymore. I'm going to have to consistently make the conscious choice to purchase those items that I normally would have purchased. You know, things like for a long time I did the Sephora Play subscription. I'm not going to do that anymore. I had a couple of like cat items on Amazon that just kind of showed up once a month, which was convenient, but not necessarily something that I would have needed right at the moment that I got it. So really knuckling down on that. And we'll see how it goes. I'm hoping to make monthly updates on this. I will probably slip up on that too. But you know, new year, new tasks. Let me know if you guys are setting any financial goals for 2018, and you know the drill. Comment, like, subscribe. I'll talk to you later. Bye.